Everyone, remain calm.
Yeah, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
Somebody talk to me! What is happening?
Welcome to Jurassic World.
You're listening to the Jurassic Park podcast.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow? Hold on to your butt.
Well, we're back.
Hello, and welcome to the 14th episode of the Jurassic Park podcast. I'm your host, Brad Jost, and we're here to discuss all things Jurassic Park. This past week, I've been pretty busy moving across the state of New Jersey, and I've finally got a portion of the new podcast studio up and running. I'll certainly post some pictures as it progresses. In this episode, we have some news, an audio clip, and a Twitter poll to review. So let's get the show started off with some Jurassic news from around the world.
18 minutes and your company catches up on 10 years of research.
Access rate program. Access new security.
These pictures were taken in hospital in Costa Rica 48 hours ago.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but look.
That boy we had been right all the time.
It's Dave. I guarantee it.
MoviePilot.com features a great article counting down the top villains turned heroes. I'll recap it, and you can check out the article in the show notes. Number 6 features Gru from Despicable Me. Number 5 is The Terminator. Number 4 is Frankenstein's monster from the 1987 film Monster Squad. Number 3 is The Predator. Number 2 is King Kong. And coming in at number 1 is the T-Rex from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. In both films, she certainly came out on top and saved Grant, Ellie, Tim, Lex, Owen, Claire, Zach, and Gray from certain death. Check out the article in the show notes. According to skynews.com.au, in a German quarry, 90 footprints from a long-necked dinosaur were recently discovered, in pretty good condition. Judging by the footprints, the dino weighed between 25 and 30 tons, which puts it around the weight of 6 elephants. The footsteps go on for a while and suddenly make a sharp left turn. Excavation director Benjamin Engelich noted the finding to be exceptional. You can find more details within the link in the show notes. Well, we finally have some great information regarding the upcoming Jurassic World Blu-ray release. Here's everything you'll find on the discs. Bonus features exclusive to Blu-ray. Welcome to Jurassic World, an in-depth take on the creation, look, and feel of Jurassic World. Director Colin Trevorrow and Steven Spielberg discuss the idea of how the film came together and how the casting was decided with the actors' commentary on their roles and filming locations. Jurassic World, an all-access pass. Chris Pratt and director Colin Trevorrow discuss key moments in the film, supported by behind-the-scenes footage and VFX breakdowns. Innovation Center tour with Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt gives a tour of the Innovation Center, a museum exhibit built just for the movies. Jurassic's Closest Shaves. Clips from all films in the franchise showing near-death or extremely scary encounters with dinosaurs. Now, on the Blu-ray and DVD bonus features, we get deleted scenes. Also, dinosaurs roam once again. Behind-the-scenes look at the making of Jurassic World's visual effects, how the dinosaurs came to life, and actors filmed scenes. Chris and Colin take on the world. Chris Pratt and director Colin Trevorrow interview each other and discuss Jurassic World as well as the other Jurassic Park movies. And there's also a little bit of technical information here for the Blu-ray. It says the street date is October 20th, 2015, and the runtime is 2 hours and 5 minutes. That sounds absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see all these special features. We've got a ton of clues over the past week, but it looks like there's plenty more to enjoy. Bryce Dallas Howard has landed a role opposite Matthew McConaughey in the film Gold. Bryce will play Kay, McConaughey's character's longtime girlfriend, as they search for, well, gold. The premise of this film sounds pretty familiar, and I'm sure McConaughey was already in this film. But, oh well, I can't wait to see what she does in the film. Now, I'm sure you all went to go see it, but Jurassic World did debut again in IMAX this past weekend, and it gained another $3.1 million, bringing the domestic total box office over $643 million. That was enough to bring it back into the top 10, landing at number 9.
Hold your fire! Do not fire!
God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. Boy, I hate being right all the time.
We're gonna have to drop the can! Are you ready? 1, 2, come on!
Now, I'm sure many of you have already seen them, but a bunch of great behind-the-scenes featurettes debuted this past week. I'm going to feature a portion of them in the coming weeks, so let's start off with some audio from the crew shooting in New Orleans.
You can pick up their footprints, right? So you just move right in, right when he's done talking to you there, and you meet him.
Okay, let's try it again.
We shot in Oahu and Kauai, and then we moved to New Orleans. It was about 50% Hawaii, 50% Louisiana.
One of the interesting things about being here in New Orleans is we're able to take advantage of not only the exteriors, but all of these great sets that we built here at the Big Easy Studios, which is on the NASA campus.
We had 6 stages here that we had sets in. So we had the visitor center, and then we had connected to the visitor center is the genetics lab. So this was all part of the Jurassic World experience. We also had the old visitor center and the control room, which is where a lot of the movie takes place.
Let me be as clear as I can. No velociraptors are going to be set loose on this island.
Yeah, you're out of your mind.
We were just shooting in control room, and so much is going on, and it's big. All the computers, all the gadgets to control things, and then there's so many sections of the screen where you can see what's happening where in every corner of the park.
Check out a link to the video in the show notes.
I'm not a computer nerd. I prefer to be called a hacker.
Aren't you supposed to be a genius or something? I can't get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nedry.
Incorporating all the latest technologies.
We shouldn't be here. And there's 5 dinosaurs.
How many Sarahs do you think are on this island?
This past week, I once again stirred the pot with another Twitter poll. This time I asked everyone which iconic scene from the Jurassic Park franchise was the best. We got a ton of great results, so let's dig in. @sickle_claw says, favorite scene is the raptors in the kitchen in JP, closely followed by long grass scene in The Lost World. Yeah, I have to agree with you, those are some awesome scenes. The kitchen scene is definitely one of the scariest, and the long grass scene is so memorable. It was so innovative, in the way the raptors attacked the crew there, so I really love that one as well. Moving on to @Kylie Dawn P. This one says, actually, again, the raptors in the kitchen, and also when Rexy roars with the falling banner. I can never choose just one. Yeah, I know how you feel. It is very difficult to choose just one. I chose one this time, and I think one of them, it kind of agrees with yours, so we'll see at the end. Got another one here from IzzyJ's361. This says, it's always been the cow scene. So much left to your imagination. And in another tweet says, the scene when Muldoon and Ellie find the broken fence and the footprints was great too. Yeah, I think you hit it right on the mark there with the cow scene. It's so incredible how it scared you so much. And I think it's because you didn't see the raptors at all. All you heard was them just tearing apart that cow. You saw the trees moving. You saw those bars moving that lowered the cow down. So yeah, you're right. So much was left to your imagination, and I think it made it one of the best scenes in the film. We got one here from @PsyChaos with a U. Even though not as many people seem to like JP2, I love the T-Rex attacking the trailer scene. Always remember that as a kid. Yeah, that is a great scene. I love that so much with two T-Rexes coming at you and moving that thing right over the cliff. It was so memorable. Here's one from @holy_tweets with 2 S's. Without a doubt, it's the T-Rex breakout. And another tweet says, second for me is the raptor attack in The Lost World. Yeah, that first one you mentioned, the T-Rex breaking out, is incredible. I would put that very close to my top, but it's not the top for me. But yeah, there's something about that scene. I think it's the silence, it's the sound effects that you get, and the first time you really see a terrifying dinosaur. Boring Moon says, I loved the part when the banner that said, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, such an iconic scene. Yeah, you're right, that is such a great scene and totally memorable. I'll get to that in a little bit. @JPLover2002 says, T-Rex and Blue versus the I-Rex. And again, another tweet mentions, of course the T-Rex breakout, the ending of the first movie, the T-Rex in San Diego, and the Pteranodon attack and the cliff scene. Man, you definitely couldn't pick just one. That was a bunch of great scenes, and I do agree. It is hard to pick one. But your first one there, the T-Rex and Blue versus the I-Rex, you know, that's obviously one of the most recent scenes we have. But I think it stands up there with the rest of them. You know, it's such a great, iconic scene. @CuteDeering22 says, good question. My favorite iconic scene is the T-Rex escape in JP. I will never forget that scene. I was so scared. Yeah, I think I touched on that before. That scene was incredibly scary. I think it was really the setting with the rain and the darkness, and you didn't know what to expect from that dinosaur. Definitely made it one of the most scary scenes. Friend of the podcast, @IndianMarion says, any movement of Jeff Goldblum's hands.
You will remember to wash your hands before you eat anything.
Yeah, obviously. A few weeks in a row here from @Jennifer_Lynn89. Impossible, so many iconic moments, but nothing beats that final T-Rex scene in JP. Chills every time. Yep, it seems like a pretty common theme here. Everybody seems to be voting for that. You know, whether it's in their first tweet or their second tweet, they definitely got that one covered. Here we have one from @Valis_1. I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry, I don't know if I did. But he mentions the long grass scene is pretty cool. I agree. I love that. I love how they call it out in the film. They say, don't go into the long grass, and you don't know why, but all of a sudden you'll find out pretty quickly. Maybe I'll pronounce this right, maybe I won't. Here we go. @Diana Bataller says, that moment when the water in the glass started making waves due to the T-Rex's steps. Never going to forget that. Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people forgot about that one. That one is certainly iconic, and, you know, one that will certainly stand the test of time in movie scenes. I think that is certainly up there in the top scenes in all these films. Definitely. Good choice. Thanks for all the great answers, everyone, and I know it is very difficult to pick just one scene that sums up the franchise. I would have to agree with many of you in saying that my favorite scene is the triumphant roar at the end of the original film.
After careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse your park. So have I.
Everything about that scene screams iconic. The way the T-Rex throws the raptor into the skeleton, along with the banner falling, the roar, and the soundtrack really make that the most perfect scene throughout all 4 films. I'll stick by that vote. Thanks again everyone for entering, and keep an eye out in the future for more polls.
Oh, there it is.
Thanks for listening to the 14th episode of the Jurassic Park podcast. I want to thank everyone for sending in their results to the Twitter poll. We are basically all over the internet now. Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Flickr. You can also listen to us via iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Podomatic, and YouTube. We're usually spotted commenting on the Jurassic Park subreddit, as Jurassic Park Podcast. And I know I ask you every week, but if you haven't already, please do us a huge favor by giving us a 5-star review on iTunes. It will seriously help us build our rankings and make it easier for fans like you to find us. If you want to get a hold of us, you can tweet us, of course, at Jurassic Park Pod. Or you can email us with any news stories, MP3s, segment ideas, pictures, top 10s, or comments to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. If you would like to record something for the show, send it in to us and we'll feature it on an upcoming episode. If you don't have a way to record, you can give our voicemail a call and leave us a message. The number is 732-825-7763. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
Five minutes. Drop what you're doing and leave now.